You're listening to the voice of Nassau Community College, 90.3 WHPC. My name is Bill McIntyre, and it's time for this week's Long Island News, the show that talks to newsmakers and other important people from Nassau and Suffolk County that matter to Long Island and Long Islanders like you. So each week we'll have a conversation about issues that affect all of us. I live on Long Island just like you, and I want to know more about the people making the big decisions that affect all of us. Well, this week we're going to continue our conversation with those individuals who have declared their candidacy for New York's 3rd Congressional District, which is, of course, the seat currently being held by George Santos. And today my guest is Jim Toes, a candidate running on the Republican ticket. Jim is currently the president and CEO of the Security Traders Association, a grassroots organization serving individuals employed in the financial services industry with affiliates in 20 North American cities. Prior to joining STA, Jim was a managing director at Bank of America Merrill Lynch for 18 years, where he held various management positions and interacted with a broad range of clients. Well, Mr. Toes, welcome to this week's Long Island News.
Oh, thanks for having me on, Bill.
Oh, thanks for showing up. I know, when you have a campaign, you're busy. So
I have a job, too.
Yeah, you have a job, too. So you do juggle.
Yes, I do.
Yes, I
do.
Well, let's get started by finding out more about yourself. You live in the 3rd District, right? So tell us about your personal and professional life a little bit.
Sure. I mean, I was actually born in the 3rd. I was born in Levittown. Back in 1963, my father was a World War II veteran, so they did the typical thing. They moved from Brooklyn out to Levittown after World War II. I was raised in Melville, Long Island, a little bit further out, and then I've been in Manhasset with my wife for the past 31 years. We have 4 kids, ages 30 down to 20. So a longtime resident of New York's 3rd Congressional District, and a lot of friends and a lot of relationships, and I'm looking forward to serving them.
Excellent. Mm-hmm. Well, the next question that was written down is, so why do you want to enter the world of politics? I mean, these days, that's a good question.
Yeah. Listen, I mean, I do feel that, without sounding too much like of a Boy Scout here, I do feel that if I was a doctor and I was driving in a car and I saw a car crash on the side of the road, I would pull over and try to help out, right? And I love Long Island, and I love our neighborhood. I feel that I have a unique skill set to address what the 3rd District needs today. All right. Mm-hmm. So, for the past 12, yes, as you talked about, I did have a career at Merrill Lynch on financial services. I graduated Fordham in 1986. I graduated at Fordham in 85, and I started on Wall Street in 86. Mm-hmm. And then around 11, 12 years ago, I started at this place, Security Traders Association, as president and CEO. And in that role, part of my responsibility is to go down to D.C. on a regular basis. All right, so I'm not down there all the time, but I spend around 20% of my time walking the halls of Congress, talking to staff members and talking to congressional members on both sides of the aisle, mm-hmm. All right, on policies that impact the financial services industry, broker dealers and so on. So mm-hmm. I feel like that's a skill set that I think that our district needs right now, is somebody who is a political outsider. I've never held political office. But at the same time, I have hands-on experience dealing with our national government on issues that on a national scale. Mm-hmm. And I also, in those experiences, I've had dealing not just with Republicans, but with Republicans on Democrats, and that willingness to act in a bipartisan way, I think, is a skill set that I will be bringing down there. So I think, again, just to kind of, I feel like that's what we kind of need right now, is somebody who is an outsider who is not bringing a lot of any baggage with them down to D.C., but at the same time, somebody who also has some hands-on experience, because it is not, being down there, it's tough. I mean, it's tough, and it's not a good place to be, learning on the job type thing. You want to have some type of skill set when you go down there to understand how it operates.
When you said D.C., I thought of a nice place to visit, but I don't want to live there. And then I thought, sometimes not even a nice place to visit.
Well, yeah, it's funny. When I took this job 12 years ago, the plan was, like, the 5-year plan was to have our office be located in D.C. With all the other associations. And I think I got around 2 years into the job, and I went to the board. I said, we don't want to be in D.C. All right, okay. we want to be in New York City, close to our close to the people who we're supposed to be representing. It's a different world down there, and I just and I'm very happy that the board felt that way because, to your point, I wouldn't want to be living down there.
Yeah.
You know?
Tell me something. As a candidate, and like you said, you don't have a lot of baggage because you weren't a politician. But does being a Republican, because as we sit and look at the antics of the party in general, do you feel like that reflects on you? Like we were saying before, people